Hey everybody, welcome back to the Aaron Austin YouTube channel.
I'm here. It's been a while since you've had one of those nightmares.
Name's Austin, and I have my Dune 2 popcorn bucket, and it's all luxurious, like the metal tin, the little plastic top, and the little suction cup that you can put your hand into, and there we go. I didn't actually use this while watching the movie. This would be way too distracting. This is gonna be sitting somewhere in my lovely apartment as decor. But yeah, no, today we're talking about Dune Part 2. Dune Part 1 is probably just one of my favorites sci-fi films of maybe the last 10 years, just because of how methodical it can be, the camera work, the editing, the characters, their influence on the story. It's just a really good movie. So I was very excited. I'm gonna just bring this up again. Dune Part 2. I was very excited for Dune Part 2. And guys, this movie does not fail.
You will never lose me as long as you stay who you are.
Overall, watching Dune Part 2, I had a fantastic time watching this movie. I was never taken out of the experience. It was a little long here and there, but I mean, it kind of needed it. Make this movie 4 hours long. Make it a serious epic. 4.5 hours, sure, I don't know. So Dune Part 2, what is this about? So we're following Timothée Chalamet's character. Oh my gosh, Paul Atreides. I'm blanking on these characters' names. I haven't read the books, by the way, so I am not educated on Dune at all.
Nothing fancy.
Hey, I'm serious. Nothing fancy or you will shame my teaching.
I won't shame you.
I am a filmmaker. I love being behind the camera. I'm coming at these reviews, these movie reviews, from a place of like movie production. And I feel like a lot of people don't get that. As a casual viewer, I'm just here for the experience. And Dune 2 was, for such a casual fan, an amazing experience, a fun epic.
Let me fight beside you.
Reload!
Paul Atreides, he is with the Fremen now, and he is with, is it Chani? We're following these two characters. They're in love. They are, essentially, he is learning the way of her people. It's essentially Dances with Wolves. It is Avatar, Pandora. Throughout that, while he's learning with these people, the Fremen, he is also plotting to get his revenge for his father, for his family, for his people. Losing all that, zilch, he's down to just him, his mother, and his unborn sister. Partly through the middle of this movie, he has to make a choice to where he changes his whole self for the sake of making the Fremen an even bigger point in this holy war. Yeah, there's really a lot going on in this movie. It's more than just like the Pandora experience or the Dances with Wolves experience. It steals like an artist. You take plot points from other mediums and you make it your own. That just makes it this really explorable epic. That is just so much fun. And I'm trying not to spoil it here, but yeah, it's a good plot with a well just acted cast, great direction, great branding. And so let's just go ahead and dive into the filmmaking here. I thought that this movie had a completely different cinematographer than the first movie, because the first movie, the cinematography was methodical, it was slow, it kind of messed with the overall pacing. But in this movie, it's still more methodical, and shots do linger, but there's more quicker cuts, and the camera likes to move in and float more. And it feels like, if I had to explain this, like the cameraman is like Paul Atreides. He's a little bit more roughed up than the first one. He's not as slow, as timid, but it feels like it's following the character and what he's going through and his internal battles with what he needs to do to not only lead the Fremen, but also win his personal battles. How I took it in as a viewer and as a filmmaker myself, I just appreciated it, and I felt like it really, again, added to the story of Dune Part 2. You look at Paul Atreides and you think he's some scrawny kid, but he's like winning all of these battles. He is a really tough soldier. He's a warrior, and that proves that he is a leader. In terms of Game of Thrones, he's like, if Jon Snow and Bran Stark, if they merged into one person, that would be Paul Atreides. And it's kind of a weird thing because of his powers. It also kind of gives off Eren Yeager vibes from Attack on Titan, and I don't hate that because it kind of makes the character a little bit more sympathetic, and you know that while he can see the future and that he can control certain things, he can't ultimately control his own destiny. He makes a very hard choice with, oh my gosh, Chani? Is it Chani? I don't know if I'm saying her name right. And that choice is something that just makes you like wonder, like, is this still Paul? Speaking of one of those characters I wish we had more time with would be Zendaya's character in Chani, because I liked her a lot. I liked what she did for Paul as a character. I just kind of wish we got more screen time with her and seeing how she is with the Fremen and who she is and what her goals are. I never felt like we knew what her goal was. She was always adding to his story, but he was never really adding to her story. Yeah, I feel like the Harkonnens, the whole Harkonnens, and even like other characters, I don't get a sense for them. I can't grasp onto them. They have some pretty cool scenes. You kind of can tell what they want, what motivates them, but there's just not a lot of buildup there, which sucks because part one, I was kind of anticipating more of their storyline.
You are not prepared for what is to come.
If you have any interest in science fiction, this is going to be probably one of the greatest since the original Star Wars, and I'm not kidding about that. It's that good. The story, the characters, they're all just really fun to be engaged with. The cinematography, excellent. The editing, while a lot more quickly cut than the first movie, I still appreciated it. You kind of wish that the camera would kind of just linger a little bit like in the first movie. It does occasionally, but with some of the action scenes, it does like to get a little bit more snappy with you, so. This definitely gets my Aaron Austin stamp of approval. Guys, let me know in the comments what you guys thought about Dune Part 2. Did you guys read the books? And if you guys did read the books, how did you feel about the movie? Did it leave out important details? Because I, as a viewer who has not read the books, I feel like I was missing a lot of key details. And like I said, I'm anticipating a director's cut or a 4 to 5 hour long cut of this movie, because I think that there is more to be said here. I kind of want to go read the books. Should I? Let me know in the comments section. If you guys enjoyed today's video too, it would mean a great deal to me if you guys left a like and also hit that subscribe button, because those definitely help the channel grow. You guys are here for Dune. I should shut up about my channel. Go do yourself a favor. If you guys like science fiction, go check out Dune. It's Dune Part 2. This is cool. This is cool, but totally pointless.